Hi, this is Chuck Oliver. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Review. Well, Happy New Year. And I want to talk to you about how and the importance of how to be protected from markets that will be tested and taxes that could be resurrected. And what do I mean by that? Well, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act is set to sunset now in 12 months. And there's a lot of wild cards as it relates to the markets, as it relates to inflation, taxation, what the Fed's going to do, what they're not going to do, how fast they're going to do it. And we've seen major point drops, right? Even after the celebration, what should have been a celebration this past month of dropping interest rates another 0.25%, actually caused almost a 3% sell-off in one day, with then the comments that were made that maybe the rates won't be pushed down as quickly as many people had anticipated or as the Fed had originally thought possible. Well, folks, that has got kind of the Goldilocks, not too hot, not too cold. How do we be just right, right? So in other words, the big risks that are with these wild cards that are out there are the Fed could go too fast or they could go too slow. And if they go too fast, right, that's going to really hurt economic growth, right? In some capacity, hurt inflation potentially. And then if they go too slow, it could really hurt economic growth. So you got a lot of uncertainty. Well, I want to give you certainty, especially it's never too early, it's never too late to get a head start to be strategically wealth optimization smart, especially in a year that taxes are going to go up for predominantly everybody watching this. Everyone's going to see some increase, if not all of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act provisions get extended. Now, who am I talking to? I'm talking to retirees that are now wanting to draw money or just starting to or have been drawing money out of these required tax deferred accounts like former 401ks and IRAs. Maybe you're forced at that infamous age of having to take these required minimum distributions. And a lot of you are realizing, hey, taxes, even if tax rates don't go back up, they're already going up because the cost of living continues to go up. And many people believe that interest rates we may not see come down for quite a while. And inflation is not going to leave as quickly as I think a lot of us would hope that it would. Well, I'm also talking to those of you that are still working. And if I had to pinpoint, I'd say high income earners and strong savers are under attack and are exposed the most, especially if I pinpoint it for those of you in what I call the dynamic decade of the ages 63 to 73, where crucial decisions are made or crucial decisions that had been made can't be changed, and there needs to be maneuvering around that. So the question I like to ask is, do you have a portfolio predominantly, or do you have a plan that governs that portfolio as it relates to taxation, inflation, legacy, and total asset optimization? In other words, a team of professionals that are specialized in your individual circumstances, not a carte blanche, one size fits all, but individualized from CFPs to CPAs to wealth strategists that are looking at the big picture, because that's the New Year's resolution. I saw a Wall Street Journal article this past weekend talking about the resolutions around saving taxes for 2025. And none of them really hit home, except don't waste. They said one of the resolutions is not to waste a low tax year. Folks, I want to teach you how to have a low tax year, ideally for the rest of your life. Meaning, if you can learn to move with deductions and credits and strategize of learning indexing, not just investing, all of which I'll teach you this Tuesday at retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. Take the time to make the time to learn how you can protect yourself from the markets that are going to be tested and taxes that could be and likely will be resurrected. I'm talking to a lot of you small business owners too, that the qualified business income deduction could go away, right? I'm talking to many of you that don't realize on average we're seeing the potential risk is about a 22% tax increase to most of you that are watching this from what we've analyzed. And I want to teach you what you can do to protect yourself from the markets as they'll be tested. And we've seen a lot of that, as well as obviously taxes that could be resurrected, especially if that deduction gets cut in half. Everyone will see their taxes go up in some capacity. Folks, you work hard for your money. Imagine being a tax-free retiree. I'll leave you with two really interesting stories of cases, clients like yourself watching. One was a gentleman that was really, he and his wife, fearful that they were going to leave a large tax burden to their adult sons. And we were able to move almost $1 million of their IRAs to Roth IRA. And now they'll have the lowest and eventually no requirement of distributions for the rest of their life. And their sons will not inherit any inherited RMDs, inherited IRAs. I think of another clients that are high income earners, and these are the adult children of the client I just mentioned. And we get a lot of referrals to older parents that haven't planned their taxes, as well as parents that are referring their older children that could prevent themselves from a lot of taxes. And this particular couple cut their taxes almost by $100,000 by using one strategy. And I'll teach these strategies this Tuesday at retirementprotected.com. Now, for those of you that already are anticipating a big tax situation coming up, you're divesting out of real estate, I'll teach you about how to have real estate and gold and some of these things in an indexing environment where there's no participating on the downside, but only participating the upside. Or many of you that are divesting out of real estate that have learned how to have tax-free real estate income, but also better diversification and less risk to the overall portfolio. I mean, folks, I could just go on and on. I'm excited for those of you that realize that you can get a real head start to be tax and wealth optimization smart in 2025. And if you know you want to save taxes, go to taxessaved.com and request a saving tax optimization plan analysis. Either way, more education at retirementprotected.com and learn strategies and concepts with a proven track record of measurable results. Or if you just know you want to save, taxessaved.com and get scheduled to learn the tax risk road you're on and the exposure to the market risk road that you're on and how you can actually improve both. Especially if it's not too hot, not too cold. Before your balances go up, you want to convert, right? So you convert a lower balance. But before the balances get too low, we want to preserve those balances, or if they go low, but take advantage of when they go low. So retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com, and learn to protect yourself from the markets, right? As well as, right, that clearly are going to be tested, and the taxes that could be resurrected. Happy New Year.